Welcome everybody. We're in our series of highlighting some of our career and technical education programs, projects, students. We have with us Carson Quam. Carson, how are we doing today?
I'm doing very well today.
We are coming up on our kind of the Christmas winter break. So we're almost 2 quarters into the school year. What's been a highlight so far of the school year?
I really liked homecoming week. I just liked dressing up a bit and then like a celebration on the Friday.
Okay, kind of the pomp and circumstance that brings that. Gotcha. So one of the things we're trying to do is highlight some of our CTE students and programs. So your teachers identified you as someone who has been involved and shown that an interest in that, specifically kind of with healthcare. So right now we are sitting in the CNA classroom. Those classes are taught by Southeast Tech. They come over to the building. Talk about that a little bit. Talk about that experience. What did you enjoy about it? Why did you take it? Go from there.
So it all started last year. I saw that there was a CNA class that I could take, and I wasn't really interested in it until I dived deeper. And I saw that it could be used, and it looks better on transcripts if I want to go pre-med or something. And then I took it through Southeast Tech. And it's pretty nice because it's only 2 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, but it's 2 periods. So on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have 2 periods off, so 6 periods in total. And then I can use that for studying for the class, or as study halls for different periods. If I need to go home, I can do that. And the class was really fun because there's only 4 people, so it's like close-knit and you know everybody. And whenever you're in class, it's only labs. So like, helping with like a bedpan with a resident and stuff like that. And then it goes by a college schedule, so it got done like at the start of December, and I took my certification exam and passed that, so now I have the certification and I can use that for a job in the future. So I took a class in BVHS and now I can use it to get a higher paying job out in the work field.
That's great. So in this classroom, it's kind of set up, and that was the room itself was built in collaboration with Southeast Tech, with that exact class in mind. Now we're offering some math classes and we're looking to grow that. So when you look around the room, different screens and microphones and cameras and such, but also behind us we have some medical beds. That's been a big part of that. Talk about that lab environment. How helpful is that to get hands-on experience, learning to do different things? You mentioned changing a bedpan, but kind of talk about that hands-on experience. How valuable was that to you?
I mean, the hands-on part was very valuable because, like, you can read however much you want to, and like the textbook we had to read, but until you actually get hands-on and you have to like move people around in the beds, you have to help them with everything. It really gives you like an aspect of like how the job actually is, and I like it better than the textbook because it's like hands-on and it's actually enjoyable and fun.
Going into kind of a healthcare field, obviously this sparked an interest looking at it. Was there anything in particular, like a family member or a teacher that said, hey, like maybe this is something you could try, or just something that kind of caught your eye?
It was Mrs. Pressler, my PBS teacher, that really, she talked about it when we were like registering for our next classes, and she was talking about the CNA class and about how, and it just was very interesting to me, and I checked it out and decided I wanted to take it.
That's great. Now, how is this class opening the door to the next thing? You know, mentioned maybe a higher paying job, but what are your goals? Do you look to pursue something in healthcare? What does that look like, you know, post high school?
Yeah, so I'm trying to get into like a bio major with like a pre-med and try to get into a med school, and having the CNA is definitely gives you like a step up over everyone else trying to get into these programs and such, and it just, yeah.
And I would imagine maybe opens a door while you're at school, maybe that side job, or you know, something maybe working in a hospital or a, you know, whatever clinic type setting. I would imagine that'd be pretty helpful.
Yeah.
Looking back, junior now, looking back to your freshman year or younger Carson, what advice would you give yourself in terms of what classes you've taken or how to prepare yourself for those next steps?
I just would say to the younger person to try to find an interest and go after it. Like, I had an interest in healthcare, but I know there's other students that don't really have an interest yet, and it would have been beneficial for them younger, so to like find a CTE class, like maybe a woodworking, and see if they like to take that, and then gone further into the field or something like that.
So try different things. And that's something we're trying to offer, many different career fields. You can do all the research you want to, but until you get in there and kind of get your hands on in this environment, I would imagine you probably don't, at least, or maybe you learn that you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's just as important, like, oh, I don't really want to change bedpans. So if that's the case, then maybe we look at something different. So I think that's great. So some college after high school and going forward from there. Okay, that's great. Are you looking at like staying in state, out of state? What does that look like?
Yeah, I'm looking at USD. They have like an alumni program, and you have to get like a 28 on your ACT, and having the CNA definitely helps for like the application. And then that alumni program gets you automatic acceptance into their med school while you're still in high school.
Okay.
High school there.
That's great. So I think it's great that you're trying new things and taking advantage of what we have to offer. Obviously, we want those things to grow, but appreciate you taking the time to sit down and kind of talk about your experience, and hopefully we can share that with the rest of the student body and community. So Carson, thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the school year.